Lulu here, and I'm back for more actionable sales and marketing content from Cognism, the premium B2B data provider. My video today is all about go-to-market strategy. We'll be discussing 6 key steps to creating yours so you can launch with confidence. So let's get to it. Before anything else, let's define what a go-to-market strategy is. And in the words of Cognism CMO Alistair Corsi, a go-to-market strategy is a plan that helps you define your ideal customers, coordinate your messaging, and position your product for launch. A go-to-market strategy also keeps key business units aligned on the same plan, allowing you to meet a market need and effectively iterate on your product. It may be used for new products entering an existing market, existing products entering a new market, and new products testing out their market for growth. Now you know what a go-to-market strategy is, it's time to move on to how you can create one. The easiest way to do this is to break go-to-market strategy down into 6 steps. These steps are defining your ideal customer profile, researching your competitors, developing your messaging, setting targets, choosing your tactics, and providing feedback. Let's tackle each of these in turn, starting with defining your ICP. I can hear what you're thinking. Emily, what is an ideal customer profile? And it's simple. Your ICP is a comprehensive description of your perfect customer. So that's the kind of customer who will get massive benefits from your product or service, also while giving you enough value in return to make your business profitable. In B2B, what kind of benefits do customers get from their products? In most cases, customers will be looking to use your product to boost their bottom line, but there could be other benefits such as reducing costs, driving efficiency, and improving the productivity / well-being of staff. But it isn't all about the customer getting nice things. With a well-defined ICP, you get plenty back in return. Obviously, the big one is revenue, but it's likely you'll get more like referrals, customer insights, and testimonials. So what do you need to know to develop your ICP? You need to know who they are, where they work, and what kind of day-to-day challenges they face. Now, there's one thing that can help you define your ICP in an even more accurate way, and that's with data. B2B data helps you target the right prospects, resulting in faster growth for your company. And if you want to learn everything there is about B2B data, check out my training video. I put a link in the comments. But now let's move on to step 2, which is researching your competitors. Understanding where your product or service fits in the existing landscape is the key to any go-to-market strategy. Why so? Because learning about what your competitors offer and recognizing the value that they add helps you to position your own product. So start by reviewing their G2 reviews page and filter by a specific category. For example, if you filter by company size, you can see reviews for SME, mid-market, or enterprise. This will allow you to figure out what they like and dislike most about competitors' platforms and what truly resonates with your ICP. It's also worth considering how macro and micro trends could impact your launch now and in the near future. Doing this helps Cognism differentiate itself in the market. For example, whereas other B2B data providers had to adapt the introduction to GDPR in 2018, Cognism built compliance into its platform. As you can see here, this is something we like to shout about on our homepage. Next, on to step 3, which is developing your messaging. Effective product messaging boils down to this. You have to communicate the value of your product or service to your ICP in a way that resonates with their pain points. And to be able to do this, you need to speak their language. Start off with either listening to recordings of sales demos with prospects or shadowing sales reps live. Pay attention to the language your prospects use when they speak about their pain points or ambitions, and then make a note of it. Cognism's sales team uses a tool called Gong, and here you can search for specific competitor names and review how prospects perceive them. Next, you need to review all the messaging your competitors currently have on their site. In particular, keep an eye out for how they position their product offerings. With this info, you'll be able to figure out exactly what your unique selling point is. Once you have this, the next step is to develop a brief for executives. Include all the key takeaways you have about your competitors' messaging and how they compare to yours. Here, you need to lay out which personas you'll be speaking to and how you're going to address them. Finally, to set your messaging in stone, you need to organize a call with your company execs to discuss and to come to an agreement. It's worth noting here that there'll probably be a lot of changes before you get to the finish line, particularly with input from your CEO on messaging and product naming. Now, moving on to step 4, setting targets. For your go-to-market strategy to work, you'll need targets for your outbound and inbound functions. Let's start with outbound. First things first, you'll need a model. You can build a model from the capacity and the budget you have at your disposal. For example, say you have 2 outbound SDRs working on your launch. What you need to do is review the number of cold calls they make per day, the number of emails they send per day, and the number of LinkedIn messages they send per day. From this, you can work out their average output as well as response rates. This means you can estimate the number of meetings each rep will book. Next, you should use the meetings book / opportunity rate to inform your reps' targets. From here, you can factor in an average opportunity to close rate. Cognism's average rate is 25%. So what does this allow me to do? You'll be able to build your full funnel pipeline and map out data-driven targets which your reps can work towards each month. A top tip from Cognism Sales: if you see you're a long way off these targets, you may need to adjust part of your go-to-market strategy to improve performance. For instance, this could be your chosen ICP or messaging. So now if we move on for tracking your inbound efforts, at the beginning of your go-to-market strategy, you should aim for a 50-50 split between inbound and outbound. This will help you set achievable benchmarks while you can measure their efficiency and success against each other. This all starts with an estimated cost per lead, or CPL. At Cognism, we bake in $30 as our worst case scenario for content leads. Meanwhile, it's $250 for direct inbound demo requests from paid ads. Next, you need to overlay some predicted conversions from stage to stage across the funnel. These will be different for content and paid direct demo requests. Plus, they'll allow you to work out the budget you need to match the outbound opportunity number. In this plan, you need to get opportunities from a combination of content and paid ads. The idea behind this is to test different tactics as a part of your go-to market. In this table, you can see how you could work this out and create your own marketing targets. Now for step 5, choosing your tactics. Actually, reaching your ICP is like conducting an orchestra. You need your data, marketing strategy, content plan, and partnerships to dovetail if you want to play a symphony. But what role does each instrument perform? Well, you need quality data to target the right people, a marketing strategy that allows you to try, test, and optimize, an SEO first content strategy so your ICP can find you on Google and power your inbound engine, and partnerships so you can piggyback on audiences already built by companies with similar ICP to your own. So here we are then, we're at the finish line. It's time for the 6th and final step: providing feedback. Now it's time for a phrase that makes your skin crawl every time your dad uses it when you do the dishes together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Annoyingly, he's right. And it also applies to your go-to-market strategy. You need to share feedback between marketing, sales, and product development so you pull in the same direction. To help you do this, nominate people in different departments to be responsible for different parts of the strategy. Then get them to report on their progress in regular meetings. This way, you can all solve problems as a team, and ultimately you end up with a winning ICP that you target on the right channels, messaging that converts, and a product that better solves your ICP's pain points. And there we go. Those are Cognism's 6 steps to go-to-market success in B2B SaaS. What do you think? Are there any tips that you think that we have missed? Add them in the comments below, and stay tuned for my next video, which will be all about prospecting mistakes your team need to avoid. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cognism's YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.